with a bow. We'll do that right fist, that's the sun, and that flat left palm. In this particular type of Tai Chi, that's the moon. And then we bow down to one another to start our Chair Tai Chi class. Again, welcome. My name is Gail. From here, we're going to do, it's called Atlas Point Rotation, and then we'll go on to the breath and do some other stuff. But we're going to take our nose and draw a circle. Now, if this tends to make you feel like equilibrium shift or vertigo, you have your eyeballs look forward as you do this. You'll get a little extra eye exercise. And when I do this, I hear snap, crackle, pops happening. So you might be hearing that too. Again, just do what you can with what you got today. And then let's completely stop, completely pause, and they're going to go the other direction. So here we go, the other direction. Ooh, I can hear my my snap, crackle, pops going on here. Woo. When I was having my atrial fib, my AFib as they call it, and I was like, oh man, I gotta find something else I can do besides yoga and all the other exercise modalities. And I was looking, I had taken Tai Chi training before, but it didn't really resonate with me. So I thought, you know what? One more time all the way around. Let me see if there's anything online at the local library. So the local library was in Illinois, and I'm here in Texas. And it was Chair Tai Chi. So I thought, let me start doing Chair Tai Chi. Then I started incorporating what I learned in Chair Tai Chi to the yoga classes, and it really resonated with folks. So I finally got certified. So now that's why I'm doing this here. So from here, what we're going to do is find your belly button, and then we go 2 finger widths below that. That's called the center of your dantian, your collection center. And you place your center of your palm there, and then the other hand on top. Let's do a little shoulder shrug here just to kind of relax and release tension held in the upper back. And then I invite you to breathe in and expand your belly outward as if you're filling a balloon. So let's try that. It may feel weird though, but do what you can, all right? So here we go. Breathe in, expand the belly. And then when you exhale, really draw that belly button towards your spine. Here we go. And again, inhaling, belly out. And then exhale, belly button towards your spine. This is how we breathe. Breathe when we were babies. Again, breathe in, belly out. And exhale. One more time. Breathe in, belly out. And exhale. Next is called swimming dragon. This helps us kind of notice our range of motion, maybe helps us to lessen neck pain and tension held in the shoulders. So we're going to take our hands together, and I'm going to move my feet a little forward. Hey, just kind of notice I'm away from the back of the chair. I'm not kind of slumping into the back of the chair, so I engage those tall posture muscles when we do this too. So let's breathe in, belly big. And then as we exhale, we contract the belly button, push the hands one direction, turn your head the other. Just kind of notice your natural range of motion here. Stay here, breathe in, belly big. Exhale, back to the center. Beautiful. Now we're going to stay here, breathe in, belly big. Now exhale, push it the other direction. Notice if it feels different, this side versus the other. Can you turn your head more or not? It's okay either way, all right? Breathe in, belly big. Exhale, back to the center. Let's do one more each side, but first we stay here. Breathe in, belly big. Exhale, push it away. Staying here, breathing in. Exhaling back to the center. Beautiful. Stay here, breathe in, belly big. Exhale, push it away. This is the last one. Stay here, breathe in. And then exhale back to the center. We're going to do, it's called a finishing breath. So in a finishing breath, we inhale, circle, sweep arms up, and then we pull the energy from the heavens down the center, down, back down to our dantian. That's a little bit different than the yoga breath. Let's do that again. Breathe in, circle, sweep arms up. Exhale, bring it on down. Beautiful. So next is, what's this called? Spread the feathers. You really kind of spread out the hands nice and wide. You take the arm out to the side. Now I'm going to lower my arm a little bit and then turn my thumb to the back of the room. So I'm activating different types of meridians when I do that in my body. But this is to give you more blood flow into the brain. We can always use more blood to the brain, yeah? We're going to take the opposite ear, drop it towards the shoulder. You may be going, ooh, This extended arm side may be feeling a little something here, right? And we're going to add on to this. Again, we're turning the thumb to the back of the room to activate the pericardium meridian, the heart meridian, and there's some other ones I don't remember right now. But ear towards the shoulder. Let's take that chin and turn it towards the shoulder. Again, keep it between easy and ouch today. Now, if it's available, what we're going to do is take that chin to where the wall meets the ceiling. So lift the chin up. And we're going to draw a half circle or a smile with our chin. So we're going to take the chin towards our chest, still holding the extended arm nice and vigorous. And then arm or chin towards the extended arm side, and then release. You may have noticed a contraction energy going on here with your arm with that hand turn. So when we hold the posture at least 30 seconds with muscular contraction, that stimulates bone growth. So there's some other science reasons for doing Tai Chi and yoga. Other side, spread the feathers, bring the arm out to the side, lower the arm a little bit. Now turn that thumb to the back of the room to where you feel that muscle contraction happening, probably in the forearm, maybe in the elbow, maybe in the upper arm, the bicep, tricep. Now let's do the other side. So we're going to drop the opposite ear towards the shoulder. Ooh, this side's tight. Notice what you notice, okay? Yoga and Tai Chi are great for that, like lots of body awareness, yeah? And then take that chin, turn it towards the shoulder. Well, this side turns a little bit more. Interesting. Okay. And then take the chin where the wall meets the ceiling. Still tilt it up. And again, anytime something feels weird, you don't want to do it, don't do it. Okay? Okay. And then we're going to draw that half circle. So we're going to bring it down towards our chest, chin towards the chest, and then towards that extended arm side. And release. Woo! So, again, we're kind of releasing that. Let's just kind of shake the arms. Little Qigong detoxing is what we call this. And let's bring it up. We're bringing some energy into our hands, our wrists, our arms. Turn it side to side. It's called turning from the quad back to the center. The quad is that place where the leg inserts into the torso. Just kind of turning side to side here, shaking, shaking, shaking. Bring it down to a letter T. Palms down to begin with. That's what helpful for that carpal tunnel. Again, you're doing what you can, all right? And then turn the palms up. You may notice some sensation happening here. And then from here, bring the hands to the center and spin the wrists. So I'm not doing the whole arm. I'm just trying to do the wrist. Sometimes it's hard to distinguish that or what's another word for it? Delineate it? I don't know. I'm saying all these $10 words. I'm not sure what I'm saying. Anyway, again, good for carpal tunnels. And I notice my left one is more stiff than my right one. That's what I notice. And then stop completely and then reverse. Now I like the reverse because it brings a little bit more air here across my neck, my face. At least it does for me, okay? And again, you might notice, does one side perform different than the other? It might. It just might. All right, from here, we're going to cup the hands and swing the arms. Woo! I can hear snap, crackle, pop happening here on that right shoulder. Not so much the left one. I taught chair yoga dance earlier, and we did a lot of shoulder business. So it's probably why I'm swinging this a little faster than normal. I don't know. Maybe if you can, tap the top of the shoulders, get a little elbow bend going on there. Again, we work all the major joints in the body, all the muscle groups. Let's do 2 more. 2 and 1. Let's do that finishing breath. Inhale, circle, sweep arms up. Bring down the energy from the universe back down to the Danti end. From here, let's form a Tai Chi ball. You might feel some little sensation happening here in the palms because of all the activity we just did. And I'm going to take my fingers and turn them towards you. So I'm kind of rotating my ball a little bit. And what I'm going to do is have to where my fingers are like in a line with each other. And then inhale, bring the arms apart. And then exhale, float them back in. This is called a mother form. And again, inhaling, arms bring out. Exhaling. You may or may not feel a little extra energy here. You may be going, what's that? Some kind of sensation happening, yeah? And then one more time. Beautiful. From here, go ahead and bring a leg out, and I'm resting on the back of the heel. And just kind of notice what you notice. Toes towards you, you're feeling that calf contraction. And then point the toes softly away. There may be some snap, crackle, pops that happen. You can do this with your socks, your shoes, your bare feet, whatever you need to have going on today. I'm on carpet here, so sometimes the carpet doesn't allow me to move as much as I want to, but what we're going to do now is those calf pumps. So here we go, point and flex. And also the calf is considered to be the second heart in traditional Chinese medicine, TCM. And so when you do calf pumps, that helps you to lower your blood glucose after a meal, brings blood supply back to the heart. Also, this kind of movement helps you to lessen leg cramps, but you got to be consistent, yeah? So notice what you notice on this side. And I say that a lot. You're going to hear it over and over again. It takes 7 times for you to remember it, for me to say it. I don't know if I'll say it 7 times a day, but I probably will. And then bring it in. Let's do the other side. So bring the other leg out. Ooh, and toes towards you. So what I mean by notice what you notice. So, you notice the first side you did, yeah. And then notice how this feels in your body on the other side. So if you came to this class because you're thinking, ooh, gentle yoga for back care, Chair Tai Chi, well, some of the stuff we do does help with back challenges. So this is one of them right here, this point and flex. Point it away. And then let's get that calf pump going right here. Ooh. Again, prevents foot cramps, improve ankle flexibility, second heart, returns blood flow to the heart, all these, good things with this kind of simple, but, very complex, how it helps our body. Yeah. You can sit after dinner and do these calf pumps if you can't get around and do that little walk to help with that blood sugar. That's what I love about this. There was a study by the University of Houston that, talked about calf pumps after meals to help regulate blood sugar. So it's a good thing. And then let's bring it in. Very good. Let's inhale, circle, sweep arms up. Now this time, let's bring down fists. We're going to do what's called eagle claw. So we're going to inhale a fist to the chest. And then exhale towards the sky as best you can. Maybe there's a bend in the elbow, and that's okay. Inhale back to your chest. Open up the palms. Spread them out like spread the feathers. Exhale, push it forward. Inhaling back to your chest. Turn your head to the side. Exhale, bring the arm out to the side. Now we open and close vigorously the hands 5 times. There's your eagle claw part of it. So here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back to your waist. Other side. Inhale, fist to chest. Exhale, sky high. Reach, reach, reach. Beautiful. Inhale, back to your chest. Open up the palms. Spread them out. Spread them out. Exhale, press them forward. Very good. Inhale, back to your chest. Turn your head to the side. Notice again your range of motion. Exhale, press that hand out to the side. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back to your waist. Let's do one more each side. Inhale, fist to chest. Exhale, sky high. This is for increased mobility. Inhale, back to your chest. Open up the palm, also for stress reduction. Exhale, press it forward. When you coordinate the movement with the breath, you reduce your cortisol. And then inhale, back to your chest. Feel that little squeeze of that armpit when you do that. Exhale, push it out to the side. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back to the waist. Last time, other side. Inhale, fist to chest. Exhale, sky high. Reach, reach, reach. Beautiful. Inhale, back to the chest. Open up the palm right there, right there. Very good. Exhale, push it forward. Inhale, back to the chest. Turn your head to the side. Exhale, push it out. And here we go. Last time. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back to your waist. So let's do that finishing breath. Inhale, circle, sweep arms up, and bring down the chi. Now we're going to do a little detoxing here. It's called the Big 6. Qigong does it sometimes just the lower body and then does the upper body, but I'm going to go all the way from the head down to the toes on this one. So first we're going to clap our hands. Oh, let's do that again. Okay, here we go. Put some heat here. Put a little heat into the palms. So to promote lymphatic fluid flow, you got to move. One way to move is to tap those lymphatic places. The first one we're going to do is the collarbone. We're going to spread out the hands like little Spock hands above and below the collarbone and stroke across. or tap, tap, tap. You need to learn more about this. It's called Big Six, Dr. Perry Nicholson. He's got some nice stuff out there on YouTube and on Instagram. It's called Stop Chasing Pain. All right, now we got to do the other side. So again, tap, 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 or stroke across. Again, I get above and below the collarbone. So this is area number 1. There's 6 specific general areas that you work with when you're first starting out with this. All right, so the next, again, I'm spreading out my hands. I'm going to put fingers in front and in back of my ears, and then bring it down the side of my neck. Now, I'm not digging in. It's just a light stroke, okay? And then down the side of my jaw. So again, that's to help promote cerebral spinal fluid flow, which is, if you got waste accumulating in your brain, you kind of have that brain fog, that dementia. This is a dementia prevention kind of movement to do, to get that lymphatic fluids draining from the brain. We normally have that happen. Let's do the other side when we're sleeping during REM sleep. But most folks these days are not getting REM sleep. So this Big Six helps facilitate better lymphatic flow. Okay, so the next area, this is 1 and 2. Area number 3 is the armpits. Now you can just take your regular palm and go kind of scrub rub in here. Now I've got that thumb here also kind of doing my pectorals at the same time. Or you can pat, or you can do a fist and do it light pounding, not a hard one, okay? I like to make a little sound there. And then since I had that heart surgery, my ribs, on the side of the ribs is where they go in. I also like to tap my scars, yeah? To, again, promote lymphatic flow. Let's go over to the other side. Here we go, other side. Again, decide what you're gonna do. Are you gonna rub, scrub, tap, that kind of thing? So men and women that get breast cancer, they checked these areas. Did the cancer move to these lymph node nests? So we're just clearing the muck out, okay? Clear it out. Again, I had surgery on this side too, so I'm gonna kind of tap my scar. I gotta twist more on this side though. All right, so the next area, so that was 1, 2, 3. Next area is your gut. I'm gonna bring my feet a little forward on this one so I can kind of pooch my belly out a little bit, and you can pound, you can rub up and down, you can go in a circular motion. Now, if you go in a circular motion and you want a little bit more benefit, you go from the top over to the left and then continue your circle to stimulate the colon for a better bathroom experience. I'm just putting that out there, okay? So your gut is considered to be your second brain in your body, according to TCM, traditional Chinese medicine. You can kind of go side to side. You can chop it if you like. All right, very good. Now, where the leg inserts into the torso, you have this inguinal crease. It's called the Kwan in Tai Chi. We will take the side of the hand and gently chop the Kwan. Now, I do this a little bit harder than I do the rest, but not too much. So ovarian, uterine, prostate cancer, these are the areas they check. Did the cancer move to this? So again, we're chopping the Kwan, moving that lymphatic fluid. You tend to get swelling, edema in the feet. You got to work the back of the knees to help facilitate, less edema. So we're going to take our fingertips, move your feet forward a little bit, and rub the back of the knee. And you're also taking that thumb, it's rubbing the side of the knee, which helps with lessening knee pain. You do the bottom of the hamstrings, top of the calves, and the back of the knee. So this was area number 6. So when you look back on the video, I'll have this tag, Big 6. So you can kind of go, oh, I want to just do Big 6. Here we go. Go to that timestamp, yeah? Very good. So this is essentially, a tapping sequence. All right, from here, clap the hands. Put a little heat here. Let's go ahead and do the tapping on the upper body. Tap, tap, tap the outside of the arm with the palm. Go to the shoulder. Turn the palm up. Bring it down the inside. Let's do that again. Tap, tap, tap on the outside. Get that shoulder. Can we just stay here? And turn the palm up. Bring it down. Yeah, that shoulder's my favorite part. One more time. Here we go. On this side, at least. Here we go. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Then palm up. Bring it down. Woo! Other side. I'm going to clap my hand again. Just because I like to clap. You've been coming to class, you all know I like to clap. So here we go. Tap, tap, tap on the outside of the other arm. Get that shoulder, palm up, bring it down. Again. You know, I have grandchildren. When you can see a Band-Aid on me, and it's like a character Band-Aid because I can't find the adult Band-Aids. Oh, well. I have ghosts on my Band-Aid. I think that was the last one. Let's just do one more because I can't remember. One more. Ooh, I just want to stay here and bring it down. Woo! Clap those hands. All right. From here, let's kind of scoot back just a little bit though. And we're going to do some foot patterns. So we're going to bring a leg forward, out to the side, forward to the chair. So this is you're getting in and out of the car. If you got back pain, you're feeling this in your hip complex, this might be spicy. So again, go slow if you need to. Out to the side, forward to the chair. Let's do that again. Forward to the side. You can use your hand to guide you. Forward to the chair. One more. Forward to the side, forward to the chair. Now, again, I kind of scoot back a little bit because it hits my behind kind of weird. We're going to add on to that. We're going to add 3 onto that. So forward, bring it out. Now we're going to draw it in 3 times. 3, 2, 1. Way out, forward to the chair. Other side, forward, way out. Draw it in 3, 2, 1. Way out, forward to the chair. Let's do 5 this time. Forward, way out, bring it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, way out, forward to the chair. Woo! Last time, forward, way out, bring it in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, way out, forward to the chair. Stomp those feet, stimulating those acupressure points in the bottoms of the feet. And then come up on the balls of the feet and shake the legs. And let's do that again. Stomp, stomp, stomp. And shake the legs. Now we're going to scoot back into the chair. We're going to do some knee strengtheners here, the Tai Chi way. And first off, let's flex the foot. Show me the bottom of your foot. And I'm going to lift my leg because it feels weird on the chair. And then lower hover. Try to hover it, okay? And then point the toe and release it down. And again, I'm going to scoot way back in my chair to do this. Other side. So here you go. Flex the foot. And again, I got to lift my foot a little bit. Now I'm flexing that foot nice and strong. And then lower hover. There might be some snap, crackle, pops happening. Point the toe and release. We're going to add on to that. We're going to do upper lower body. So we're going to flex the foot, flex the wrist, opposite wrist, lower, point the toe, point the fingers, draw up your abdominals, and do that weird long arm basketball dribble, also known as the 100 in chair Pilates. And release. Let's do the other side. Flex the foot, flex the hand. Woo. And then lower. And then point the toe, point the fingers, zip up those abdominals, up and down, slow or fast, you choose. And release. Woo. All right, so now we're going to do upper, lower, left, and right. So flex the foot, both hands. Here we go, both hands. Toes towards the sky. Lower down, hover, hover, hover. Point the toe, point the fingers, alternate up and downs. And maybe at the same time. Ooh, I don't like that one. And release. Other side, here we go. Flex foot, press, flex hands forward. Okay. And then lower. And then point the toes, point the fingers. Let's up and down with the hands. Here we go. Belly button tight. And then maybe both at the same time. And release. Woo. Scoot forward a little bit. Inhale, circle, sweep arms up. This time, bring a hands, back of the hands down the heart center. This is the blood pressure technique. And bring them down to the middle dantian. And you bring your palms up. You take your thumbs into your palms and fingers on top of the thumbs to stimulate the heart meridian. And then inhale, elbows back, chest forward. Whether your blood pressure is high or low, this is the equalizer. Exhale, arms out to the side. And you kind of turn the hands a little bit to stimulate that heart meridian. There you go. And then inhale, up, up, up. Exhale, bring it down. Grab those thumbs. Here we go. Inhale, elbows back, chest forward. Exhale, arms out to the side. Inhaling up. Exhale, bring it down. Grab those thumbs. This is the last time. Inhale, elbows back. Exhale, arms out to the side. Inhale, circle, sweep arms up. And then bring down the energy from the universe back on down. From here, draw a circle in and then the other. I'm going to bring my feet a little wider. This is called parry. Y'all probably know it as wax on, wax off. Again, do what you can with what you got. And then from here, let's pause and then wipe out outwardly. So when you wipe out, it's called the yang energy. When you wipe in, it's the yin energy. Yang is fire energy. Yin is the water, restorative calmness. And then let's make this go like you're going to wipe your window. So I'm wiping out. Again, you're going at your own perfect pace. Left may look totally different than the right, depending on what your challenges are. And it's okay. All right. Just do what you can. And then we're going to pause and then wipe it in. Takes a little bit to kind of get in the groove, yeah? No, that left one goes out more than the right one. That's weird. Now, if you want more vigor, more breathing into the lungs, you make fists and then bring the elbows across a little bit. You might feel little snap, crackle, pops in the spine when you do this. If this is not for you, you go back to what you were doing. And in fact, let's bring this back onto horizontal, wiping in, make it smaller, smaller, and smaller. Very good. From here, we're going to do what's called Kyan paints the rainbow. We're going to take one of our hands, face the palm towards your leg, and then from here, we're going to turn the palm away to where the thumb is to the back of the room, the pinky towards me. So it may feel kind of weird because it's not normally how you have your arm down. You know, you don't have your palm out. We do in this one though. So we're going to inhale, circle, sweep arm up. Exhale, back behind you. Again, be slow, be sweet. Inhale, gather both arms up. Flip the hand, bring the other arm down. Now turn the palm away. Again, pinky towards me, thumb to the back of the room. Other side. Inhaling up, up, up. Exhale, back behind you. Range of motion, isolation of the shoulder joint. Inhaling up, flip it, and bring the other hand down. Turn that palm away. Here we go. Breathe in, up, up, up. Exhale, back behind you. Just notice if you have to turn your chest a little bit, and that's okay. Bring it up, flip it, bring it down. Other side, turn that palm away. Here we go. Breathe in, circle it up. Exhale, back behind you. Inhale up and bring it down. Let's do that finishing breath. Inhale, circle, sweep arms up and bring it on down. Let's bring our ankle bones together. And then from here, we're going to do a little sumo stomps. We're basically going to slide it out and in. It's called air pose in yoga. And then imagine there's a ball here and you want to hop your foot over the ball. So notice if you're able to do this without, your hand strength, and it's okay if you can do this or not. Maybe though, you do the fingertips underneath the knee and bring it into a greater range of motion. And if you want to add the little bone building benefit to it, maybe you bring it a little high and release it. Again, if you got brittle bones, maybe this isn't for you. Maybe you just land softly. That's okay too. Again, make it your own. So little sumo stomp. And again, this is one of your functional moves, getting in and out of the car. This is where I usually notice my spicy back pain is if I'm not feeling pretty good in my body, this will tell me, ooh, that was tough to get into the car, either the passenger or the driver's side. One more. And bring it back on in. All right, now we're going to do the other side. So here we go. We're going to slide it out. And sometimes there's some snap, crackle, pops happening in that joint area. So just, that's kind of a normal thing, all right? Hopefully it's not painful, all right? There's that ball. You're imagining it. You're going to hop your leg over. Again, you're kind of comparing one side versus the other. How does this feel? Is it doing the same? Maybe, maybe not. Again, those of us with back pain notice differences one side versus the other. All right, I'm going to do my fingertips underneath and go to like a little bit higher in my range of motion. And then I'm going to release my foot for a little bone building. A little leg jiggling. And that's okay too. I like this one for the bone density, but I also like it to see, okay, where am I at with my pain levels in my behind hip? Because that's usually where I feel it because of my disc degeneration, my spondylolisthesis, my sciatica, my scoliosis. I got all the back things, okay? I know the back stuff. I don't have all of them, but I have a lot of them. One more. Very good. Now, this is going to be a little weird. It's called sumo ruckus. And basically, you make a little ruckus and make a little sound. Totally optional. But here's how it goes. You're going to be like bringing your arms up and your leg up, and then you bring it down and your arms down. That's kind of like the base of what's going on. Ooh, here comes the cat. Oh my gosh. Okay. So maybe I can scare it with sumo ruckus. Kitty, you got to move. I'm sorry. So what we're going to do, we're going to add on to the vocalization. Yes, we are. So inhale up. Hi-ya. Yeah, here we go. We're going to bring it back. Hi-ya. Other side. Hi-ya. Hi-ya. Cat is not facing the cat. Hi-ya. Hi-ya. One more. Hi-ya. Hi-ya. From here, clap the hands. Rub some heat into the palms. Put that heat to the knees. The door's that way. And then reverse. Let's kind of stimulate those acupressure points with the pads of our fingers going around the kneecaps, the knee. And one more for easing knee pain is tap, tap, tap softly on the outside of the knee. I'm kind of hinged forward when I'm doing this. And then maybe you can also do it here on the inside. Very good. Clap the hands. A little heat here. Let's bring that heat down to our shins if you're able to hinge forward safely. And the calves. Bring a little circulation there. Other side. Here we go. Nice. All right. Let's inhale, circle, sweep arms up. Bring down the chi. Let's do that one more time. Inhaling up, up, up. Gather that breath. Exhale. All right. From here, we're going to do swallow flies to the nest. It's a lot of people's favorite. And the cat went back to sleep. Okay. We're going to do a palm up. And we're basically going to take it out to the side. And inhale, bring it across. So stretch that side body. Exhale, out to the side. I'm going to have my feet a little wide here. Inhale, up and over. This is side lateral flexion in yoga, this pose right here. And then land it here across in the front. And then bring everything back to the center. Let's do the other side. So inhale, bring the other arm across. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Exhale, out to the side. Inhaling up and over. Stretch that body. Beautiful. Exhale, land it in front of you. All right, so there's a little poem that goes with this. So here it goes. Swallow flies east, breathe in. Swallow flies west, breathe out. Swallow flies up and over, inhaling. And exhale, lands in its nest. Back to the center. Other side. Swallow flies east, doesn't know directions. Swallow flies west. Inhaling, swallow flies up and over. And then exhale, lands in its nest. Let's do one more each side. Breathe in, bring it across. Breathe out, out to the side. Inhaling up and over. Stretch that body. And then exhale, land it down. Back to the center last time. Here we go. Inhale, bring it across. Exhale, out to the side. Inhaling up and over. And down. Very good. From here, heel toe in, ankle bones together. We're going to do what's called the jitterbug. Keeping the ankles glued, we're going to heel toe over to one side, and maybe you can use the upper body and twist. And then back to the center, over to the other side. My left one does not like to cooperate like my right one does. That's what I notice. So I do notice like one leg more dominant than the other. Or one leg more stiff. It could be either way, right? Yeah, okay. I'm warming up my chair also. Let's do one more out to the side and join me here back in the center. I can twist more over to the left side. That's interesting. Back to the center. All right, so we're going to do heels out, toes in. Well, mine's kind of that way. We're going to independently walk them out, independently walk them in. So here we go. This is typically where you notice, ooh, one ankle feels different when I do this. So typically, you know, we're driving, we're braking and accelerating with the right foot, unless you're from Oklahoma and drive with both feet, but we're not going to say that. But I just did. Woo. Are your ankles starting to feel a little tired? They might, and your shins, yeah? Mm-hmm. One more. Very good. So from here, we're going to stomp those feet, kind of lose that kind of built up energy that was getting stored there. And then up on the balls of the feet, shake the legs. And again, so that's for ankle mobility. That's for brain work. I like doing those. And one more time. Very good. Inhale, circle, sweep arms up. Very good. And bring down the chi. This next one is called Monk Carries the Flag. So what we're going to do is take a hand down here by our hip and the other hand, bring it across on top. So there's your little flagpole. And if it's available, you lift the opposite knee and stomp. Now we got to switch the arms. So the top arm goes down, bottom arm goes up, over to the other side. Just remember, hand by the hip. That's easier. And then lift that opposite knee up and stomp. Clamp down your flag, plunk, lift your knee up and stomp. Other side, plunk it down, plunk, knee up and stomp. One more time each side, plunk it down, knee up and stomp. Other side, plunk it down, knee up and stomp. Inhale, circle, sweep arms up. Bring down the chi. Let's do that again. Very good. From here, let's do the lighthouse. So we had those cupped hands when we swung the arms. We're going to have cupped hands again, sitting up tall here at the edge of the chair. We're basically turning to the side, turning in the quad, and then reaching out, exhaling, inhaling, bring it back in. So turn and exhale, reach out. So I try to do this with a little bend in my elbows. So when we kind of do a little bit of this movement here, that kind of helps with little air bubbles escaping. Just know that, okay? Very good. One more. And bring it back in. Now we're going to reset and go the other direction. So turn the other direction and bring it out and in. If you get mixed up on the breath, that's okay. Just keep breathing. Very good. So in Veterans Yoga Project, we do breathing, mindful movement, meditation, guided rest and relaxation, and a gratitude practice in most of our classes. Now that yoga nidra, we don't do movement much. You're just kind of being seated or lying on the floor or the bed. But for the most part, everything else uses those 5 tools in a Veterans Yoga Project class. So we do that in the Chair Tai Chi also. One more time, all the way around. And let's do that inhaling breath. Bring down the chi. Now, this one, you may hate me for it. So we're just going to do it anyway. I'm going to step forward and back. This isn't the hateful part. When's that coming up? Soon, okay? So this is cross crawl. Again, to use both sides of the brain, yes? Okay, and then we're going to reverse that. Start with the other side forward. Okay, sometimes it's like, well, which side did I start with? I don't know. Just keep on moving. Use the upper body like you're marching. So now we're doing upper body, lower body, left and right, using opposites. So there's lots of brain activity happening with this movement. And then bring it back in, out, in. All right, sit up tall. So as if you had a ball in your hands, you're going to bring it down and lift the leg up. We're drawing what's called a side lying number 8. So you're drawing a figure 8 and trying to do your legs also. I don't know if I'm that coordinated. So again, lots of complex stuff here. but just visualize drawing that sideline number 8, and you're tracing the path with your hands. This is the hateful part. And yeah, I can't quite do that. And let's do one more. All right. And then inhaling up, bring down the chi. Now, what I'm going to do is come up to the front of the room for a little bit more of the tapping work. And we'll also do that guided rest and relaxation part of class. And if you stick around to the end, we'll do the Yang style short form. So from here, what are we going to start with? So let's go ahead and kind of get some heat onto the palms. We'll do a little finger hand exercise stuff too. I'm going to glue the side of the arms into my body, and I have my thumbs just generally, up towards the ceiling. Now I'm really going to bring it like at a nice little angle there. So I feel that stretch in the base of my thumb. And again, if you have some hand challenges, maybe do a little bit less. We're going to take the thumb, bring it down to the side of the index finger. So up and down. My thumb is doing a snap, crackle, pop there. Now we're going to add on to this. We're going to take the thumb down to the base of the bottom of the hand and up. This is good for that trigger thumb, trigger finger. Woo! Very good. So from here, we're going to bring the hands to where you're making those O's. I'm going to not have my arms apart because my shoulders are hunching up. So I'm just going to relax my hands down. So I'm making an O, not like a little flat thing, just a nice little O here. I'm going to press down and up, down and up. So again, working with your fingers in this manner helps with, increased brain activity, helps with lessening dementia, and also helps with the arthritis that might be happening with fingers, joints, the hands, yeah? All right, from here, I'm going to turn my fingers forward, and I have my thumb on top of my index finger nail bed. It's like you're flicking a bug away, okay? So you flick it away. So, and you go on to the next one. So if you have some spicy joints going on here, you may notice that kind of like, ooh, that index finger or the middle finger or the ring finger feels a little different. Left side versus the right, or maybe, I'm going to do my thumbs too. All right, then I'm going to scoot forward a little bit. Place my, let me see here. Do I need it? No, let me scoot back so you can see that in the camera. There we go. Okay. So I have my hand down on the leg, and I'm going to take the pad of my index finger along the joint of my thumb and lift the thumb. So I have my hand solid on my leg. So you may or may not feel this, just kind of depends what's going on with you and your stuff. And I'm going to move it to the joint of the index finger and just kind of lift it up. Again, we're not going to the ouchy areas, hopefully not, but you're going to feel this kind of stretch at the base of the fingers. And let's go to the middle one. And you may notice, index finger, middle finger, ring, pinky, they have different range of motions going on here. And let's go to the ring finger. Ooh, that feels stiff. I kind of jammed this one here about a year and a half ago, and it still feels a little stiff. And then the pinky. Pinky has a mind of its own. Again, I'm doing that on the joint, okay? And then release. Let's do the other side. So I'm going to lift up on that thumb side and release that. Go to the joint of the index finger and just kind of press into that. And then you're also comparing, okay, how does this feel this side versus the side I just did? Is there any difference? There might be. And then go to the index finger. Notice if the index finger on this side feels similar to the other side. So for me, it feels like, ooh, stiff, 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 stiff. And then go to the ring finger. Here we go. Oof. And let's go to the pinky finger. Very good. Next is the finger scraping technique. So these boost energy, ease tension with these easy little things we can do. So we're going to take, either you do your peace fingers and you bend at the joints and you scrape down the side, or you take your finger and thumb and do that if you're not able to do that. So the thumbs is the lung meridian. So that's for, let me look here, soothing sore throats, chest tightness, shortness of breath. So scraping down the sides. This is traditional Chinese medicine tapping. Let's do the index finger, which is the large intestine. So that's for aiding digestion, elimination, bloating, and bowel movement. So here we go. And you're also noticing, by doing the finger scraping, is there some tension in the joints, some calcification? So arthritis, osteoarthritis, osteo is bone, arth is, let me think here, joints, itis is inflammation. Let's move it to the middle finger. That's a pericardian meridian, calms the heart, ease anxiety, improves sleep, and being a little bit more calm. And you determine the pressure, okay? Let's move on to the ring finger. It's called the triple burner meridian. So that's for releasing tension, alleviating headaches, and shoulder pain. So here we go. Got my ring there, so I can't quite go down the whole side of the finger. So finger scraping. And the last one, the little finger. It's both the heart and the small intestine. So promoting relaxation, calms the mind, breath and emotional issues, ease, palpitations. I don't know if it actually did that for me, but I didn't know this when I was having all my AFib. So there you go. Okay, shake it out. We got to do the other side, yeah? So again, go back to the thumbs, side of the thumbs, your lung meridian. And then let's move it to the index finger, the large intestine, digestive disorders. Again, you're comparing, how's this feel on this side compared to the other side, yeah? The middle finger for that being calm, easing anxiety, that pericardium meridian. So here we go. All right, let's move it to the ring finger, which is the triple burner, easing tension, alleviating headaches and shoulder pain. So here we go. Rub, rub, rub. Scrape, scrape, scrape. And then the little finger, the small intestine, the heart. So here we go. Promote relaxation, ease anxiety, calm palpitations. Oof. All right, from here, clap the hands once again. And bring some heat, some circulation into the thumb beds, the base of the palm, and move it into the entire palm, and then move it into the fingers. We'll do the hand tapping sequence next. So we'll tap the sides of the pinkies. Tap, tap, tap. That's for lessening headaches and vertigo. Now, again, it's not whapping, all right? It's just tapping. And then we're going to do the interwebs of the thumbs. That's for easing digestion, queasiness. A lot of people use this, that are doing chemotherapy. They'll tap the inside of the thumb beds, I guess you call it, and then switch it because, we got to do the other side. There we go. Let the fingers relax when you do this. Let them kind of shake and jiggle a little bit. The next one is the interwebs of the fingers. So we're going to interlace your fingers in normal way, and you tap, tap, tap. So what is that one for? That's for pain or numbness in the limbs. So if you've got rings, you got to be a little careful there, okay? They're going to make a lot of noise if they have a ring-to-ring situation, yeah? So this is where we're going to notice maybe some brain stuff going on. We're going to be making this still, and you wiggle the top finger, and then you make the other finger be on top. Whoa. And tap, tap, tap. So like you normally interlace your fingers a certain way, yeah? And it's like, okay, and something went on there, creating new neural pathways. Okay, so the next one is for the pulse points here. So that's for, what is that for? Heart and cardiovascular issues. Tap, tap, tap. And then flip it. The next two are my favorites. So remember when we swung the arms and we cupped the hands, and when we did the spinal cord breathing or the lighthouse, we cupped the hands. We're going to cup the hands on top of the hands, and maybe turn it a little bit if you've got a ring. So this one is for back of the hands for osteoarthritis back pain. So here we go. Tap, tap, tap. Also makes your veins kind of predominant, when you're doing this, which is good if you have to have an IV there, but, I guess too much information, right? Move it on the back of the wrists. That's for neck and shoulder pain. Again, if you got a ring, you may want to turn it a little bit, yeah? Let's do the other side. Tap, tap, tap. I got my watch here, so I'm going to move it to where it's supposed to be, back of the wrist. But it's not quite there because of that watch. And then another one of my favorites is to make a fist and punch your palm for easing anxiety, clarity, and consciousness. So here we go. It's a little bit more. Now, move it to the other side. You're going to notice your strength, one side versus the other. This is my weak side. Okay, clap the hands once again. A little bit of heat here. We got to do our guided rest and relaxation part. So scoot back in your chair, get comfortable. You may want to go on the couch or where it's a little bit more comfortable, kind of settle in here. And again, legs can be apart, cross at the ankles, whatever makes you comfortable today. Eyes can be open or closed, or maybe eyes gazing down at the floor. And in this guided rest, it's called a non-sleep deep rest. It's kind of like yoga nidra, but it's not because it's a very short, do it during the day practice. And basically, it's a little body scan and then a breathing practice and noticing sensations. So from here, with the eyes open and closed, let's go to the very top of the head. And from here, let's go all the way from the top of the head down to the tips of the toes, trying to relax any tension held in the body. Just kind of like let it waft away, let it just kind of disappear from the body. And then we're going to notice the right hand. So bring all of your attention, all of your internal focus to your right hand with your eyes closed if you like. And then shift your attention to your right forearm, elbow, shoulder, right side chest, right side waist. So you're saying right side waist, you're moving all your attention there, you're bringing all your focus there. You don't necessarily have to move your eyes to that place, okay? Then from your right side waist, we're moving it into the upper right leg, knee, shin, sole of the right foot, top of the right foot. And then shift your attention to your right calf, the back of the right leg, the right behind, the right hip, right shoulder. Very good. So from the right side of the body, let's shift all of our attention to the left side of the body. Noticing once again the top of the head, the left shoulder, upper arm, left elbow, forearm, left hand. And from that left hand, shift your attention to your left side chest, left waist, upper left leg, knee, shin, sole of the left foot, and then the top of the left foot. From there, shift your attention, all of your awareness to your left calf, the back side of that left leg, left hip, the left shoulder. And then from the left side, notice the right side again. Then shift over to the right side, notice the left side again. And then let's notice both the left and the right side at the same time. Good. From here, shift your attention to the very crown of your head, shifting to your right eyebrow, the left eyebrow, the right ear, the left ear, the very top of the nose, the very tip of the nose, right cheekbone, left cheekbone, upper lip, lower lip, chin, the jawline, throat center, then shifting all your attention down to your heart center. And from your heart, shifting all of your attention to your navel center. Good. From here, imagine there's a hole at the very top of your head, and then all the sunshine is coming in through the top of the head, saturating every cell, every muscle, every bone, every ligament in your body as it travels from the top of the head down your face, your chin, your neck, the chest, the upper arms, the lower arms, the fingertips. Again, that sunshine going down your heart center, your navel center, your groin, your right leg, your left leg, from the very top down to the tips of the toes. If you have an area in your body that maybe needs a little extra, direct that sunshine to go to that area to bring a little bit more of that light, a little bit more of the healing. See it, feel it, imagine as if it were already true. And then from here, if your eyes are closed, go ahead and flutter the eyes open. We're going to do that elongated breath. So basically, I will clap my hands 4 times as we breathe in, we'll pause, and as we breathe out for 5 counts. So the elongated breath helps us to reduce that blood pressure to lower the heart rate. So let's try it. So breathe in, pausing, slowly exhale. Again, breathe in, belly big. Slowly exhale. One more time. Here we go. Breathe in, belly expands. Slowly, slowly exhale. Very good. When you do that belly breathing, it activates the diaphragm, and the diaphragm breathing helps to activate the cerebral spinal fluid flow from your brain to have better lymphatic drainage. So there's kind of a bonus for doing that belly breathing, the elongated breath. So you'll hear that in a bunch of the other classes we teach too. So if you're way stuck back in your chair, I invite you to scooch forward and let's revisit 2 of the postures that we did before. So the first one was, let's do swimming dragon. So hands together, softly together, and breathe in, belly big. Push hands one direction, turn head the other direction. Notice if your range of motion increased, it might have, and then bring it back to the center. Now let's do the other side. First we breathe in, and then push it away, turn your head the other way. Very good. And then bring it back to the center. Let's do the Atlas point rotation. So do that circle. Notice if it's easier to do, if there's more or less noise. I don't know, I got a bigger circle, so I got more noise. But it doesn't feel as stiff. My brother loves this one because it helps him with his driving ability, looking over that shoulder. Pause. Let's take it the other way. So here we go. Notice what you notice. Next week is gentle yoga for back care. You can do the class seated in a chair or on the yoga mat, or a combination. Yeah. So do what you can, again, with what you got. Bring the head back to heart center. So next is our gratitude practice. So what I invite you to do is place your hands on your heart center. They can be stacked or hands together. You get to choose here, right? And then just for showing up today, let's drop our chin towards our chest. A little bonus upper back stretch there going on. And let's think about one thing that we're grateful for, or maybe an idea of gratitude, and grab it, clasp it, and let's place that, whatever that is, into our heart space just for a moment here. Whatever you're grateful for, or that idea of gratitude. So I appreciate y'all's dedication, your determination, your discipline, and your responsibility for signing up for a class, for coming to class, or maybe watching a video. So, you're doing your own journey for self-healing. So I really appreciate y'all participating in whatever you're doing here on Veterans Yoga Project. All right, so now we're going to end our class in the Tai Chi traditional way. So we're going to take that right fist, that's the sun, and that flat left palm, that's the moon, and bow down to one another to end our Chair Tai Chi class. This concludes our practice of Chair Tai Chi. Let me come up to the front of the room, stop the recording. We're going to take a little break, get a little sip of water, and those of you that want to join me for the Yang style short form, we're going to do that after we take that little